Life is way too short to limit your taste buds to salt and pepper. Like, what if you died the next day and the food that you had the night before was extremely bland? I can't even fathom that thought. I can't. What's up, everybody? We alive. Yet another day above soil. I guess I'm gonna need to elaborate on why I've switched a few things around with my channel when it comes to cooking. Similar to how I do art, with cooking, I cook like I'm cooking for the last time in my life. Like if I wasn't going to be existing or living the next day. When I make artwork, I do it like if I'm gonna not be living the next day. I put all the colors, all the materials I want in the piece of artwork, and I make it look the best way possible. Same goes for food. Food is culinary art. So in a nutshell, I'm still sticking to art. There are so many spices and things that you could use for food. You've got cinnamon, cardamom, cumin, cayenne pepper, chili flakes. And those are just spices that begin with the letter C. Not to mention things like star anise. You've got bell peppers, jalapeños, habaneros, ghost peppers, pepper X. The list really does go on. The real question is, why just stop at salt and pepper? Why stop? There are many different reasons for why all of these spices and fruits and vegetables on this earth. And it's because we're going to need to use them. Imagine your spices as a color palette, and then your pots and pans are a canvas. And when all those spices and vegetables come together, it's one cohesive dish, and your fork meets the food, and it caresses upon your taste buds. I saw what a god. For the past few videos, you've seen me bake desserts. I love baking desserts, but I figure I'm gonna go in a new direction once again. I love cooking sweet stuff, but now I'm gonna turn up the heat. I hope y'all ready, cause we bout to burn. All right, y'all. I'm here to show y'all how to make the best jambalaya. Usually when I'm talking about controversial topics on YouTube, I'm gonna give y'all a trigger warning or a pre-warning before I get into the meat and potatoes and some stuff. But I'm just gonna give y'all a trigger warning right now because I know some of y'all are wimps and y'all don't like spice. So if that's you, you can go ahead and turn your head, go to some other video because this is gonna be some spicy stuff. I mean, I could make it spicier, but I just want to keep it, I just want to keep a level-headed some stuff, but I could definitely make this spicy. So before I run by the ingredients, I want to remind y'all to wash your hands. Once again, the food that we cook is blessed. It's blessed because one day we are not going to be living and we are fixing to cook like it is our last time cooking. So I must remind you, wash your hands before you cook. Now to go over your ingredients. You're gonna need about 3 cups of chicken broth, 2 14-ounce cans of diced tomatoes. You're gonna need some long grain rice, white rice preferred, about 3 cloves of garlic. I put some garlic in my food processor and made it go for a spin. You're gonna need some form of pan lotion. Some people use canola oil, some people use vegetable oil, some people use olive oil. For this one, I'm going to use some butter. You're going to need a couple stalks, maybe 1 stalk of celery. I'll use the remainder for some tater salad later on. You're going to need the Trinity. I'm explaining to y'all what the Trinity is. The celery is one part of it. You're going to need a green bell pepper and an onion. That's the Trinity. Onion, bell pepper, and celery. But you know what? I'm not going to stop with this bell pepper right here. I'm going to throw in some jalapeños. For taste, you're going to need some salt and pepper. You're going to need creole seasoning. I'm going to throw in a few drops of Tabasco. You're going to need 2 bay leaves, oregano, some thyme. And then as for your proteins, you're going to need 2 pounds of boneless chicken thighs. And you're going to need 1 pound of andouille sausage. Those are all the ingredients that you're going to need for your jambalaya. Let's get the busiest part out the way. Time to prep our veggies. I'm going to start with the jalapeños first, or jalapeños. So with your jalapeños, you see this, the ribs and the seeds, you don't need those. So I'm going to cut this in half like this. We don't need the ribs and the seeds. We don't. Yep. Cut this like this. Remove the rib, seed. Rib, seed. And then when we got these peppers like this, we're going to dice them up real good. I'm going to dice them up like this. Here's a little bit of a hack for your green pepper. You see these sections right here? I'm going to cut one section like this. We're going to cut a section like this. This section right here. Section right here. Bop, 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 bop. And now we're going to dice them up too. To reduce the amount of tears for your onion, leave this little root part on. That's where all them chemicals come from, that root. So we're just going to leave that intact, and we're just going to dice like this. And then we're going to dice like this. You should have about a couple of cups of onion. Since I've already gotten the garlic all diced up, we're going to go ahead and put 1, 2, 3 cloves worth of garlic with our Trinity. Gonna need maybe 1.5 stalks of celery. I'm gonna pass it through the mandolin blade like this. I like it kind of uniform. But be careful of this mandolin blade because it could get really sharp. You see that? Celery. Okay, I'm gonna admit, this is gonna be a hot topic for food. I've seen some people wash the meat before cutting it. Some people even use bleach before they cut the meat. But I'm looking on TV and all them little fancy bougie chefs out there who be flicking their arms and stuff around, they actually take the chicken and the other meats out of the pack and they just go ahead and cut it up without cleaning. So there's some people out there who say clean your meat, some people don't clean your meat. I'm just gonna cut. I cut the meat. Just cut it. So my hands are washed. This food's gonna be blessed. Andouille sausage. We're gonna cut it in slants like this. First step, we're gonna take our pan lotion, 2 tablespoons of butter. In the pot we go. Now that we got that butter melted, we're going to throw both our chicken and our andouille sausage in there. Put that sausage in there too. We're going to put just a touch of salt. Probably about 1/2 teaspoon. And then pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper in there. And then we're gonna mix it in real good. We're gonna make sure these chicken thighs are nice and brown. All right. By now, your chicken and andouille sausage should look something like this. So we're gonna put it in a separate bowl. And it's important to keep the drippings at the bottom of the pan. And I'm gonna show you why in about a few seconds. You see these drippings? All of that's flavor. All of that is flavor that you're gonna need for your jambalaya. So you're gonna put it on medium high, and with your Trinity, you're gonna throw it right on them drippings. We're gonna have our onions, garlic, celery, peppers, all of it. That's gonna go, and even the jalapeños. Gonna throw it in there until they get sort of soft. So while your vegetables are getting acquainted with each other, we're gonna add these spices, y'all. So you're gonna need a tablespoon of the Creole seasoning. You're gonna need your teaspoon of thyme, teaspoon of oregano. After you put them 3 spices in there, you're gonna mix it in real good. Mix it in just like this. I almost forgot. In addition to those 3 spices, throw in a couple bay leaves. You're gonna need 2. Throw them in there. Take it for a little spin. So after the vegetables get slightly tender, you put your 2 cups of rice in on top of the vegetables. And you're gonna mix it in just like this. And you're gonna wait till it gets all perfumey. Probably cook it down for about 4, maybe 5 minutes. Make sure that your rice doesn't burn to the bottom of your pot. That would just not be nice. So before that happens, you want 3 cups of chicken broth in the rice. You're also gonna want 2 cans of diced tomatoes. And then you're also gonna add your sausage and chicken back into the mix. We're just gonna add it in. Get all them drippings. All of it. Mix this in real good. Look at the colors of this. Look at them colors. This next step is optional, but I'm sorry, not sorry. I like a little bit of heat. So, I'm gonna add a few drops of Tabasco. Add a few drops. There we go. There we go. And then with your slotted spoon, where's my slotted spoon? Yeah, here it is. With your slotted spoon, you're gonna mix it in like this. And then after you have all these ingredients in your stock pot, we're gonna put the heat on low. So I had this cooking for the last 10-15 minutes. So in 5-minute intervals, I was checking to see how things were going. So you would have to turn the rice and all the other stuff so that it doesn't burn. And of course, keep it all on low. And then 15 minutes later, so what a god! Once again, before we part ways and leave, I have a relatively important question to ask of you. If you went to sleep tonight and you didn't wake up the next day, would you truly be satisfied with the life that you lived? If your answer is no, then it's most definitely time to do some soul searching and think about some of the changes that you need to make with your life. I say this because there's a lot of things within our society that discriminate. Death, however, it still doesn't discriminate. I want to thank y'all for watching my content. If this is your first, second, third, or whatever time, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to include the links to my Etsy and Instagram and the recipe for today's jambalaya right down within the description. We're still celebrating that we made it to 100 subscribers. Let's make it 500. So if you or anyone else that you know wants to become a member of the LDX family, all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button. I'll be more than happy to have y'all aboard. I'll leave you all with much love, good spirits, and vibes. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. I'm out.